What's up, guys? It is Omar and Gray, and we're here to give a highly objective, purely unbiased, no holds barred review of the astrology classes in the current 2023 meta.
I'm gonna start us off with good old Aries Sun. It's B tier, dedicated bruiser class, very good at 1v1s.
Especially in the parking lot PvP area, where they can
Yeah,
really
they
excel.
yeah,
That is,
exactly. They are top tier in those one-on-one, especially once whiskey's involved. Once we've got some alcohol going, they really do well with that consumable.
Aries Moon, on the other hand, is disappointingly mid. They can go Nova once per round, but they have a really long cooldown. They're optimal for the school shooter class, where they can really
But we have to
optimize their
remember that
kit.
was nerfed.
Yes.
That was nerfed in 1999 though.
Yeah, but they can get a really high KD ratio still, at the very least.
That's
Um,
true. That's true. However, Aries Sun, that's completely D tier trash. They have the anger issues debuff and they require the therapy side quest to play in co-op. So it's honestly like not worth your time. Just skip out on this one. Uh Now back up to C tier. We have Taurus Sun. Now, this is the dude, the Big Lebowski sun sign. It's just your opinion, man. The problem is they don't show up for the matches even when they're scheduled. And their success of the Taurus build is super dependent on consumables. Very, very like the Aries Sun is, where but for them, the White Russians at the top of the meta instead of whiskey.
yeah, Taurus Moon, on the other hand, is completely overpowered. Um, Honestly needs massive nerfs. It's got actually stable emotions, which for a moon sign is like everything you want. And yeah, it's just really mellow and chill. Uh, Taurus is a rising sign, is pretty solid. Um, I put it in B tier.
Yeah, good
Um,
tier.
where is it? Here we go. Um, I mean, everyone wants them on their team. They're pretty likable. Again, chill, but they're not like the life of the party. They're not the ones who are gonna like invigorate. They're not really a leader class, but they're very solid if you want them as a rising sign.
Following up with another B tier, we have the Gemini Sun. It's bubbly, sociable. It's an optimal commuting class. It's got bonus to intelligent rolls, kind of just like a good, like if you want to like work your way up to the top of the meta and you've got like another good moon and rising, this is a really good starter class. However, Gemini Moon is C tier. It has a unique Joker class though, but the problem is it doesn't know how they got these scars. And I will say it is excellent at ensnaring enemy tanks in their own confusion, but that's about it.
Gemini Rising, on the other hand, is actually incredibly strong. It's kind of if you want to spec into a comedian class, it's a really good um, way to go. It gives team bonuses to being the raid leader as well. Um, Moving on to Cancer, honestly, one of the weakest signs in the entire zodiac, especially the sun. Um, Easy F tier. It's a water sign and a support class.
Can I get an F in the chat? Pun intended.
Um, Yeah, they need to be carried by a Leo or a Capricorn in order to survive competitively. Um, Cancer Moon is also D tier. I myself spec'd into a Cancer Moon, and I'm not really sure what I was thinking when I was making my build. But the Moon and Cancer synergy can be really useful for situational event matches once a month, with like lunar phases, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's got all the like water and moon compounding debuffs.
Now, I will say, the Cancer Rising can be C or B tier because it's a decent fuckboy slash charisma build. Honestly, speaking as just someone with Sagittarius placements, if you add in the Cancer Rising, which I don't have because I've made a really bad build for this lifetime, it's really ideal with Leo or Sagittarius. You can really optimize for the fuckboy frat boy lifestyle.
Do you think like B tier would be fair?
Yeah, I think B
Okay.
tier is good.
Yeah. All right, now for Leo. I think Leo's sun and moon are both kind of in the same category of like solid solid B tier. Um, they're great in co-op, but they need the attention buff to be cast on them by other players. So what you really need is some like simp or beta orbiter or cancer placement classes in your party for your Leo build to truly shine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, for Sun and Moon, wonderful, wonderful. Leo Rising, on the other hand, just absolute F tier dog shit garbage. They need a really sun heavy build because Leo is ruled by the sun. Otherwise, they're absolute trash. It's extremely easy to see straight through their attention whoring.
Moving on to Virgo, Virgo Sun is like a very respectable B tier. Um, it's like it's just a safe build, though, to be honest. It's high productivity, but it's unlikely to get you to the top of the leaderboard because it's like it has low rankings in like the creativity stat, but however, it's extremely like detail oriented, which is nice. It's kind of like a gatekeeper build for Rising in the meta. So like you have a lot of uh Virgo Suns like hanging out around like kind of like the like silver tier. So if you want to get into gold, you have to like defeat them.
Um, as for the moon, this is like if you want like like a real S tier build, Virgo moon, S tier, emotionally have your shit together. To be honest, from what we've seen, Earth moons in general are really strong because that like Earth element really brings a lot of groundedness to like that really fluctuating, wibbly wobbly moon sign. That is unless you want to have a role play build, in which case Virgo moon is not your way to go. But I don't know why you'd want to do that when you can win.
If you are dead set on having a Virgo placement, don't go with the Rising though. It's definitely I'd say easy D tier. Everyone thinks you're like some Sheldon Cooper pseudo intellectual asshole, but at least they will think you're competent. So it's not total F tier, but I would still stay away from it.
Still D tier.
To be honest. Um, Libra Sun is okay. Don't play a support build. They're always terrible. But if you're dead set on playing a support build, Libra is probably one of the better ones to go with. They suffer from the people pleaser debuff, but they are a little bit more functional than the other support classes in the game.
The funny thing about Libra, so Libra's the scales, right? The funny thing about Libra Moon, and this is what puts it in D tier, is that despite being the scales, they're completely uneven emotional support towards other players. So like this is like, don't take it. Don't just stop. Just stop with the Libra Moons, guys.
Libra Rising, on the other hand, is like a goaded rising sign to go with. I would put them
So
in
good.
S tier, honestly. They're pretty hot, and they also have extreme charisma. They got that Leo or that no Libra Riz, um, which can be really powerful.
I feel like we missed out an opportunity to call this one Libra Rizzing, but
Libra
that's just
Rising,
me.
but
Now,
it's really
now,
good at using the emotional manipulation ability
oh
to
yeah.
defeat other players or even turn hostile players friendly
Yeah.
or hostile
Yeah,
NPCs
really
friendly.
just honestly, this and Capricorn Sun, which we'll get to shortly, like these are the OP, these are the best in the meta.
Yeah.
Now as for something that's absolute garbage, Sun and Moon of Scorpio, both of them F tier. This is a role play only build. If you really want to role play out as a tragic backstory or as somebody's narcissistic ex, go for Scorpio Sun and Moon. But if you want to be in competitive, you're just gonna be like cutting yourself to get through the day. So don't do it. Just move on. Skip this one if you want to win,
If you're really for some ungodly reason dead set on playing a Scorpio class or having
but don't do it.
Scorpio placement, yeah, don't do it. But the Scorpio Rising is at least a little bit okay. They sort of have like a niche situational ability where they come across as an asshole, but coming across as an asshole can almost like on a superficial level can almost be beneficial because then if you actually are an asshole, people might sometimes assume that you're like nicer than you act, which can be useful for casting emotional manipulation spells on other players. But again, it's kind of situational.
Um, Now to get into some like my own personal build, I went with a really like subpar sun sign. I went with the D tier Sagittarius sun. Gotta love it. This is the drug addict class. Unfortunately, in order to perform in combat, you have to equip the tequila consumable. It's god awful. Don't recommend it, guys. But if you have to do it, you could do the moon, which is better.
Yeah, it's still pretty mid though, honestly. It's knowledge oriented without the intelligence buff that air signs get, which kind of limits like the practical applications.
The other problem is that all of us Sagittarius moons are emotionally attached to being right and we're only marginally correct. So it doesn't really get us anywhere. And unfortunately, I didn't go for this in my build, but the Sagittarius rising is B tier because it's basically like Taurus rising, but higher energy. So it like really gets the party started.
Yeah,
It's
also
pretty good.
thanks to being ruled by Jupiter, it gives like a luck bonus to the party,
Yeah.
which can
Yeah.
be nice.
The benefic planet. Woo, fun stuff.
Capricorn Sun, um, it's illegal to be a Capricorn Sun, a three-wing two at the same time. It's basically just the three-wing two of astrology. Not much else to
Yeah.
be said. It's kind of that like billionaire CEO energy.
Uh, The moon, on the other hand, like this is still good. It's B tier, but this is a solo only build. Like if you want to do a solo build, Capricorn Moon invest but there's no co-op. And the thing is that they are emotionally nurtured by pain, and you have to spend time like every single game day identifying as Homelander. So your options are limited.
True. While Capricorn is solid overall, don't make the mistake of picking it as a rising placement. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
that's kind of an L. Um, Assertive rising signs in general are kind of trash because you just come across as an asshole without like the benefits of being an asshole. Um, it's kind of like Jeff Bezos looks without Jeff Bezos money, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, perfect.
All right, moving on to my sun sign, Aquarius. Easy F tier, to be honest. You get all the social concern, but none of the social capacity. So it's kind of like it's a dedicated support build, which is already bad. But then on top of that, it has none of the strengths of being a support build, because it's an air sign. Just get a play a Capricorn or Libra instead if you want to do something like supporty. Um, for Aquarius Moon, we actually need to make its own category. Wait, shit.
Okay, well, you're building it. I'll explain why. So
Yeah, it's
Aquarius Moon has like super big celebrity child energy. It's never existed in reality. There's no outright bad stats, but it's also inexplicable in co-op. It cannot be ranked. It doesn't exist. Um, so
it's just
yeah, it
ascended
gets
above everything else.
yeah, yeah, it gets its alien category. What is it? ZA12?
Yeah, Isaiah
Incredible.
12, I think.
Oh yeah. Now Aquarius Rising is C tier. This is your social justice vegan who eats bacon on the weekends.
Yeah, it's big like performative activist energy. You do gain the advantages, you gain the virtue signal ability to gain moderate amounts of social clout in a large enough party, which can be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's like you lose the integrity stat. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's a pretty
exactly. Exactly.
yeah. Now, Pisces Sun garbage, just F tier. They get the Adam Levine debuff towards Instagram DMs. It is honestly truly unreal how fucking trash this is. It blows my mind. Um, and same thing with Pisces Moon, also F tier. They need Xanax and an assortment of other drugs to even make it out of bed from their depression.
Hold up. Anyways. Yeah, Pisces is probably just the weakest class in general. Like
Oh, for
two F
sure.
tier. Well, maybe Scorpio. I don't know. But yeah, it's like kind of like wannabe Kurt Cobain LARPer. But the only part of like emulating Kurt Cobain that they succeed at is the like dying at 27 part. So
Oh
it's
my God.
it's not great. Pisces rising, on the other hand, solid B tier, I will say. They get a decent like deception buff. If you're playing on the liberal arts campus server.
But the one thing I'll say, like as someone who like deals with Pisces rising, and I have Pisces rising, it's all fake. They're just a feminist to get laid, guys. Don't believe
Yeah.
them. If you see one, run. It's not. They don't mean it. They're lying. It's fake news. So yeah, there you have it. That's our totally objective, highly scientific. Uh we did a lot of research for this. So much
Yeah.
research.
Yeah, let us know what you think.